Alright, so this morning started off with a day of going and getting new tyres.
Maintenance.
4 new tyres, wheel alignment, and balance, and camber bolts. All done.
The whole magician.
It was, yeah, nice and expensive morning. I'm just going to brush over that, because that's not really a word, but I'm used to it with Greg. He just makes up his own words. I swear he'd have his own dictionary.
Yeah.
It was an eventful and expensive morning to meet back up with Greg, because we've got a quick little install for window visors.
Window visors?
Window visors.
That's what they're called.
That is what they're called.
No, they're called weather shield.
Well, I suppose, yeah, they could be called weather shield, but the weather shield ones you'll find are probably a lot bigger, and they're not as stylish and all that sort of stuff, whereas these are meant for looks, I think, more than practicality.
Slipstream, mate.
Slipstream. But they look pretty cool. I've seen them on a lot of cars, and...
Hang on. Is that a spider?
That was a spider. Get rid of that.
It's like, what is that thing?
Shoot. Get out of here, spider.
Get away. Nice, simple, easy to do, hopefully. Every time I say that, it's never.
No, not every time.
Okay, bar once, maybe.
How hard can it be?
Every time you say that.
Let's just go with, we're going to install these.
Yep.
And we've never done it before, so I mean, I can't imagine it'd be too hard, really.
It looks like there's double-sided tape here.
Yeah, that's it.
And maybe like...
It comes with a
primer,
yeah, it comes with a primer solution. So these are relatively cheap, actually. We got them from a company called Street Element.
Yeah, we'll put the link down in the description if you want some.
If you like window visors, check it out.
And whatever else they've got.
Takes your fancy.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're going to get straight into this visor video.
Yeah.
And then answer some questions. I put a photo up through the week and said, ask us some questions and we'll answer it in this video. There's been a couple of questions asked in the comments. Some really good ones too, because they're ones that I was going to address at some point anyway. So this would be a good opportunity to give you guys an idea of what my goals are for the car and that sort of thing. So we'll get these on first.
And go from there.
Answer some questions.
Let's do it.
Let's do it indeed.
Do it, mate.
So I've already wiped it with an alcohol wipe. That's just to get the fingerprints off that I just put on there. Figuring out where this goes. The double-sided tape, like, the most important thing with putting these on is to make sure that they're not so low, because they attach to the bodywork. They don't attach to the door, obviously, because they go to here. So the door would just snap them, but the most important thing is make sure they're not too low, that when you open your door, they get caught. That's definitely not what you want.
Yeah, they'll clearly just snap or rip off.
Yeah, and then the second most important thing is making sure that each side, once they're done, is level. You haven't got one like back here, one down here. But what I've found is marry up the curve. So the curve in the window visor, just marry it up with the curve in here, because that's the only thing you really can't bend to fit. Everything else, like once you match that curve up, which is about there, you'll see this rises up here, but once you stick it on, you can just bend it to fit it, so it'll be fine. So, as we mentioned earlier, there's a priming solution that it's not a glue in itself, I don't think. It's a primer to help the adhesive on the double-sided tape stick properly. So we don't have a brush to brush it on the bodywork with, so I've just been using a bit of scrap paper and dab it in the scrap paper and wipe it across. But you've only got like a minute and a half until it basically dries and becomes pretty useless, which it doesn't damage your paint or anything, so it's not a massive drama. But I'm going to go and get that primer. I'll be back. Alright, so I've just put some of that primer along where the window visor is going to be. So I've only got a minute, it says, to get this thing on. So like I said, just line up the curve. Start at the front, I've been told, and work your way back. So once you've got a bit of the front half stuck down, just sort of hold the back in position, like the tape is still pretty much all on. Once it's where you think it should be, I mean, you don't really have much of a choice once it's on, because that stuff sticks, man. But hold the back roughly where you think it would be, And just open your door quickly because you want to make sure that the window doesn't hit, even though it does drop. You don't want to be opening the door really quickly and then find that it hasn't dropped quick enough because this is too low. And just make sure there's no hitting on the window and no hitting on this pillar. Then once you've found that out, peel the rest of your tape off and stick it on.
Done it, mate. That was pretty easy, eh?
Very simple.
Looks pretty sweet too.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
It's all just clears.
Excellent, that's what you want.
Beautiful.
Winning, mate.
Winning indeed. Quickly do the other side
Yep.
and then get to answering some questions, eh?
Let's do it. Done that side, mate.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, we'll come around.
That's super easy.
Yeah, it is, eh?
Wipe it with alcohol, prime it with a solution, line it up and stick it on. Make sure your door doesn't hit. Voila,
Done.
done.
So it was done. It was pretty easy, eh?
It was as simple as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. It's just a simple mod.
Very. Just
Yeah.
got to make sure the positioning's right so your door doesn't hit and you're sweet.
Yeah, because when that primer's setting,
Yeah, it's on.
set. Yeah.
It's on for good.
Yeah, it's not going to come off
It
too
is
easy.
not coming off very easily. So now it's done. It's time for Q&A.
Q&A time, mate.
So we've had some questions on Insta and Facebook. Question on Facebook from Darren. Now he asked, how do you remove hail damage? Now this was asked on the day, which was yesterday actually.
Yeah.
We had a hailstorm, so
He's actually a local boy, we know him.
I hope your car isn't hail damaged, Daz, and that's a joke question, but if it is, ouch.
Yeah, it's going to sting. I
And
don't exactly know.
Yeah, I'm
they
not
ride
sure.
cars off if it gets too much hail damage. So
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, man. Try some hot water, like a kettle.
just get a hammer. Just.
Make bigger dents to hide the hail. That's a very good idea, Greg.
I was thinking riding the thing off.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Moving along, another question from Paul. Now this one's directed at me, obviously, and it's Paul's asked, how am I friends with Greg? Now Shannon has seconded this and said that it's time we got answers.
Yeah.
How am I still friends with Greg? I am a great guy and I don't have the heart to tell him that I don't like him, and he just keeps coming around because he knows where I live now, so yeah. I'm just a good guy, that's why I'm still friends with Greg.
It's actually the other way around.
Okay. Now, Gaz Harvey has asked on Instagram if we have any tips on making a GT86,
Yeah.
my car, look more like a Kia.
So step 1, petrol. Step 2, match. You can work out the rest.
Yep, that should do it.
Yep.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I think
Second
that'll do
that.
it. That'll definitely do it. Next question is, do you race? I'm assuming he means track it, and no, I don't track the car.
It's a plan. It's
Possibly in the works, but there's usually two directions you can go when you're modding a car, and one is track, and one is like stance / hard park life sort of thing. So
hard park life.
hard park, so they just call it where you go to meets and you hard park and you walk around and
The
people
show
look
car.
at cosmetics.
Yeah, it's more
not
showing
so
the
much
car.
like brakes and wheels that are more suited for track, not 19s on 35mm thick rubber. So no, I don't track the car, but possibly in the future. It depends.
You're looking into the forced induction side here, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly, and that leads us into the next question on Insta from Sean Turner 94.
How you going, Sean?
He has asked goals for the car. So he's asked that about my car because the picture was of my car, but do you have any goals for your car, Greg, in the future?
Yes and no. So I don't plan to have this car for very much longer, probably 12 to 18 months, till I get my next car. So, I mean, yeah, it's either going to be dump a bit of money in it and just leave it as it is, or not worry about it. I'm all about performance. Lee's very cosmetic based in his modding, so I tuned the motor. You didn't actually see that happen a bit before we started recording. My turbo's nearly at its end of the life, so I actually might jump to stage 3. Depends on budget, so that's where I'm sticking at the moment. Like, I've already got exhaust. I have to get a proper intake, that's another thing.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
yeah, intake, the exhaust is already done, and at 170,000 Ks, probably time for a look for a new turbo. So I'll probably be honest, probably go straight to stage 3. Yeah, what are you at?
My goals?
Yeah.
My goals for the car at the moment, because a lot of the cosmetics are done. Like, there's no real goals in terms of, you know, swapping out the STI lip kit that I've got on for, you know, maybe a Rocket Bunny lip kit, or just little stuff like that just sort of pops up. It's not really a goal, but it's just something that happens.
I like that.
A goal.
You tell me like a week before, I found this.
Yeah, pretty much. It
That's
just
how it
happens,
works.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, the window visors weren't really planned, it just happened.
You literally told me that yesterday.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that they're kind of goals, but what I would say is a goal is forced induction.
Yeah.
So obviously I want to get this thing either turboed or supercharged. I'm not set on one.
Supercharging, if you're going to track it, it's better for track for sure. Because
Yeah.
you've got that linear power where turbo's
Whereas
about boosting.
You've
Yeah.
got the turbo lag to worry about.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still race on it.
Yeah.
It's just, it'd be a million different people saying I'm wrong, but it's more linear with a supercharger, so you don't have that boost kick on when you're trying to go around a
the corner,
bend.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's much easier.
So I'm not set on one or the other. I've driven the Toyota86 and I really loved it. It was really, really fun.
That was the silver one in the other videos. Pete's car.
Yeah, Pete's
silver and black.
But I haven't driven a supercharged one yet, so until I drive a supercharged 86, I can't say whether I'm going to go one way or the other. There's a debate that I had. Well, it wasn't a really debate, but there was something that came up with a friend of mine, and he was saying about, because I love the Edelbrock supercharger, and one of the things I love about it is the way that it looks.
Yeah,
it looks
very
really
pretty.
cool.
Yeah.
But to get it over here, it's like $8.5 grand, and then you have to get it shipped, and then you have to get it installed, and then you've still got to get a tune for it. So that's quite a bit of money when you're talking about getting a supercharger for a lot less. Like, say HKS version 3 you could get for about 5,000.
Yeah, in Australia. Yeah.
And it would probably produce the same amount of power, but it's just silly to go for a supercharger for looks when you can get the same performance from something a lot cheaper.
We could mod it.
But again, that's a goal.
Yeah.
Who knows when it's going to happen. But that's pretty much it for this video.
Yeah. Thanks guys for the questions, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up to you
2 thumbs up.
for the support, and ask some questions in the comments for this video and we'll answer them in the next one.
Yeah, we want to hear from you, so. And
100% we do.
gladly answer. We already do in the comment section, but
Yeah. But questions we'll save for the video if you want to ask them.
sounds good.
Cool. Peace out.
Thanks guys.
This has stopped raining.
Yeah.